Hi students, welcome to week 5. We're halfway through the course, So at the very beginning here, I just want to show you a thing about I'm finally getting some more grading done. A lot of the grading I've done so far have been just complete incomplete, but I'm going to start going into a little more detail on the grading. And so when I graded this week 3 discussion on applying theories, this was the first post about Mr. Johnson, I was using that as sort of a summative assessment of the first few weeks of this course, so I could get a better feel for how you're doing with integrating the different theories we've talked about. And so I spent a fair amount of time grading this discussion post. So if you view your grade on this, you can see I gave myself zeros, but hopefully you shouldn't have a zero. It breaks it down into different categories. So you can take a look at that and see, what feedback I have, what I see as your strengths and weaknesses in understanding these core ideas. Normally, I'm open to having you resubmit work because I believe that if you can submit a better work example, then you should, because that's showing me that you're learning. It's important to the learning process. Discussions are harder because you can't really participate after the fact in the discussion. But if you would like to increase your score on this week 3 discussion, you can look at the applying theory category and the recommendations for Mr. Johnson category. You can rewrite your original post, and for this, just send it to me in an email, and then I will look at it and decide if it warrants an increase in your grade, and I will do that if appropriate. So don't be afraid to do that. It's always great to revise your work to show me that you understand it better than maybe you did the first time. Okay, so week 5, this is what we have. There'll be a wrap-up video up here. Please, please, please watch it. I wanted to clarify some things about content-specific technologies, and that is important to understand for your signature assignment. We're going to be talking about collaborating with others in an ethical way. So that has to do with copyright, fair use, Creative Commons, and open resources. There's some reading, some brief chapters from the technology handbook, K-12 technology handbook. Each of these sections also has a really nice list of websites you can go to find free images and sound and videos and lessons. So look out for those. I want you to explore the Creative Commons website and just look at the tools they have on there. And then I created this simple job aid to kind of help you remember how to add citations or attributions and add your own Creative Commons license, because you will use that in our assignment for the week. There's also an optional webinar I think is super interesting. It's optional. Okay, so then we have a fair use and Creative Commons Pear Deck. Please complete that, and it has some recordings. For our discussion, we're actually going to do a video on perusal. So remember before I asked you we did videos on TED Ed and we did a video on Vialog. And they each made it a little bit different way to interact with a video. Well, now we're going to try the same thing, but we're going to do it with perusal and see what it's like to have a discussion around a video in perusal, and then just briefly compare it to the other methods we've used. You're going to do an assignment where you're going to create tech integration memes. You're going to upload it to Bulb so we can share and comment on each other's work. And then for your signature assignment check, you're going to share drafts of everything up to the digital tool evaluation table. So do I still have, I don't have it open anymore. So it's on the template. Actually, I can show you this way. On the template you've had so far, it's not gonna, there it is. In the template, you're going to show me your work through this digital tool evaluation table. So you'll need to be going through which tools you use, and you're gonna need to judge them according to PICRAT so go back and look at the book if you need help. And think about the specific affordances of the tool that support learning. Reach out if you have questions. If you want to meet with me, I will have office hours this week, and I'm looking forward to seeing your work.